Thanks for the introduction. Thanks for the invitation. It's a big pleasure to be a part of this event today. And I hope to share with you a project, but we are dealing with a lot of projects as it was introduced. And I hope it will be also a good practice for you, which we are implementing in our regional schools. So I will be pleased if you are going to share your feedback, also this project and also rest of the projects that we are dealing nowadays with the migrated population in our facilities in our region. We are trying to implement different kinds of projects with the team of the RD department working under the Regional Directorate of National Education. We are not only dealing with this project, as it was produced with the colleagues, a lot of projects that we are dealing nowadays. And we are trying to deal also with the migrated population because as we are hosting nowadays more than 5 million migrated population in our country, according to the opposite parties, it's reaching over 10 million nowadays. So it's a big challenge, and also in the meantime, as it was mentioned, that it's also a big opportunity to understand the different minorities in our country. It's also an opportunity, according to us, as because of the people dealing with the migrated population in the field, in our classes, in our schools, because they are also the owner of big treasure for the future, because they are big motivated for the future if you are providing them the right opportunities, especially in the classes, as because of very close interaction with them. I am also lecturing in the classes in a vocational school since last 30 years. In the meantime, dealing with the projects in the RD office for the regional authority. It's a big region because when we match with the population in the European countries or European cities, because we are a region reaching nowadays 700,000 population living with us. We are dealing with the 300 schools, including all kinds of schools in the region, not only with the primary, secondary, or post-secondary or high schools. Also, we are dealing with the adult education providers, also the private schools, also the driving license schools, which means that we are the main authority and the center interacting directly with all kinds of ages, all kinds of migrated population in our schools. And the main interaction opportunity with the European colleagues is the projects. And one of those projects is on the screen that I'm going to share with you today. It's also a big opportunity for us to exchange the good implementation, good approaches, new innovative ways to interact with the population. Thanks to those opportunities to Erasmus+, which is a big opportunity for us to learn something new, to implement some new approaches. Thanks also to those kind of projects which makes us realize also late some of the treasures, some of the interaction with the migrated population in our country. For example, in one of the last projects that we are dealing started newly, already implementing in our classes with the Roma population, I learned that we are the biggest Roma population owner in the European Union, because it's more or less 2,750,000 Roma population is living with us. And also I realized that in our classes we are hosting also the Roma population. So it's also interesting, one of the things that we just realized and learned on behalf of the projects, we implemented nowadays approaching almost 80 Erasmus Plus projects, which made us possible to collect a lot of new way of interaction with the migrated population. So we are also working with 7,000 teachers nowadays. 7,000 is a big number when we are thinking for the region. So it's also another opportunity for us to implement new innovative ways in our region, because we are directly connected with 300 schools, 7,000 teachers, and the total number of the students in our classes approaching nowadays 100,000, just only in the region, not in the city, which is a big opportunity to make some ground implementations, focus groups, some interviews, some interaction from the migrated population. As because of met another issue, disaster in last year in our country, in the far east part of the country, because of the earthquake which we faced last year. Also, some of the inner migrated population reached to our region, which is more or less approaching 10% of the students, which means that we are hosting nowadays 10,000 migrated inner and outer migrated population in our classes, which makes a kind of, sorry for the term, maybe a laboratory, which is a big opportunity to interact, how to react from the migrated population to understand their situation. So we have a lot of indicators to be used, to be analyzed, to understand very well their situation. This is one of the projects that we are dealing with the European colleagues together nowadays. It's already ongoing. I'm going to share with you some products, outputs already produced with the partners from different countries. Hope to be together also in the end of this project to share something more, because we are just going nowadays to the ground to interact with the migrated population, to use those products to learn how it's produced, how much it's successful on behalf of this project. Next slide, please. Am I going to this one? Huh? Sorry. Those are the partners. The French colleagues coordinating this project, which was funded by the French National Agency. We have colleagues from Greece, from Belgium, and we are together also with the partners from the Catania, Italy. We are acting as mostly the practice partner for this consortium, as because of the numbers that I have already shared with you. The project name is on the screen. It's mainly focusing to use social and emotional learning opportunities for the individuals in our classes at the time of psychological trauma. This is the website already you see on the screen. We invite you to get familiar to the progress of the projects via website and also the social media channels that we are sharing daily updated information how it's going on behalf of the projects. Those are the objectives of the projects. It's aiming to develop first-level trauma-informed mechanism, protocols, activities, and also some sample use cases, and also some different kinds of best practices on behalf of the participating countries, also from the European Union countries. We will build a professional capacity for the teachers. The main purpose of this project to reach to the teachers who have some needs when they are interacting with the migrated students in their classes, because it's also a need for the teachers. Although we are hosting a big number of migrated population in our classes since the last crisis, which was beside the country from the Iraq war after the crisis in Syria, although this kind of big issues ongoing for years, but most of the teachers, especially the younger ones, don't know how to act in this kind of cases. We are trying to produce as many as outputs, materials, tools to be used in our classes with our teachers. This is one of the main approach nowadays that we are using in our classes with the teachers. In the meantime, we are implementing different kinds of approach which was not taught at the university when they are getting their degrees to be a teacher. So it's also need for them how to react with those population in the classes. We are also trying to give a contribution to the policy level, as because of a regional authority is also another case for us to fit the political policy-based needs on behalf of the new regulations has to be in use in the country. The target groups, mainly the school teachers. If you are familiar with the Erasmus+, the school education proposed projects mainly dealing with the staff level, not with the class level. So we are aiming to give contribution to the continuous professional development of the teachers and for the school heads. In the meantime, we are already, as because of a regional authority, interacting with the rest of the regional authorities in the city, also in the country, to share the results of the projects. And the results, a kind of toolkit, including school policy for the migrant, refugee, displaced children. It's a kind of toolbox that you can take it out whenever you need in specific cases to use in the classes. Also, we will produce a common report with the partners in the consortium. Those are the objectives. As because of the time remained, I don't want to read all of it, just a summary. We are going to give contribution to the teachers, to policy level, to the decision makers, and also build a capacity for the teachers who need support in their classes, who doesn't know what to do in specific cases when they are teaching the topics. Because the main purpose in the classes to teach something to the students. But in the background, if you are not dealing with the background, the issues, if the students are not fully ready to listen to you, so it doesn't matter how you are reacting with them. So it would be great to produce something for the teachers to support them how to react in this kind of new situation. We are producing the results on the screen for the teachers in primary, secondary, and high school. I guess it will be used also in the high schools in France, Italy, Greece, and Turkey. Those are some products on the screen that I am going to share. Already some of them are in use, so it would be great to be used also by you to share your feedback in the upcoming days. one mapping matrix is forming a kind of map, including best practices from our countries. We are not implementing only European projects in our region. Also, we are implementing different kinds of local, regional, and national projects. So it makes it possible to share a lot of experiences with the European colleagues. So we collected in a box, which is a part of the toolbox, can be taken inside it to be used by the teachers in the classes. Those are the products. We will be piloting in 8 different training workshops with the teachers in the field to get their feedback to make the necessary refinements for the outputs. There will be also an evaluation report just after this piloting. And also we will be sharing some more info days, like here today. We will be organizing some national closing conferences in our countries. This is the starting point for the projects which we work together with the teachers in the classes to define the needs, to understand their situation in the classes when they are interacting with the migrated population. Those made us to produce some products on the screen, a report, a good practice collection, and also some storyboards. We collected the storyboards also to be used for especially for the primary schools. It's much more understandable to interact with the students in the primary schools. Those are the models that are already produced. We are dealing with it, some appealing design for the presentation on different kinds of platforms. Also to be used by our teachers. It will be sure in digital, and also it will be uploaded to a platform which will be in use in upcoming months. So please keep us on following to use those in an e-learning platform which will be working in partner languages. So it may be possible to get benefit when it's presented on the platforms to get this training to be used for your teachers in your schools. Those are some topics mostly addressed to the school heads and the educators in the classes. In some of the models are just aiming to give a contribution to the school heads, as we are producing in the Model 4. Those are accessible in our social media and also in upcoming days in our website, so I don't want to read all of it. Those are the activities waiting for us in the upcoming months. This is the mapping of the good practices. We collected all good practices in a map, so it's possible to click on it to reach the details, because it's not including only the European initiatives, also including some local national initiatives, as we are piloting regions in most of the projects managed by the Ministry of National Education, as because of very close to each other, as because of situated in the capital city. If you click in any country on the map, so you will be able to reach some specific experiences from our interaction projects already running or already finished. Some of the projects are also funded in Turkey with the contribution from the European Union. To reach those details would be beneficial also for you, for your initiatives, for your activities in your countries. Those are some samples from the mapping of the best practices. It's possible to read the QR code to reach those maps, to reach the details of those good practices collected. Those are the some of the storyboards. This is one of the storyboards that we distributed all over the region to the teachers to be used for the primary schools when they are interacting to understand each other, to get them fully prepared for the lessons. Those are the contact information. It would be great to get your feedback, not only at the moment with the limited produced outputs, also after today. It would be great to react with you because we are the owner of a big experience, because I guess, I don't know, maybe in Europe, also in the world, don't have any other countries interacting with this high number of migrated populations in their schools, in their facilities. So it's a big experience, and then it will be a pleasure for us, also for my partners, to share with you as many experiences that you may need. I believe that you have also big experience that I am listening today, which will be a pleasure for me to interact with you, to learn something new, because this is an issue which is global, that we may be able to just overcome in it together, not alone. So we have a lot of experiences, new approaches, new methods. So let's keep on interacting to each other. Let's keep on sharing to each other. Thank you very much. In the meantime, if you have any questions, it will be another pleasure for me to, also after the session, there will be another session allocated to the questions, so it will be a pleasure for me to answer also in the break times. Thanks again.
Thank you, Ercan. Thank you for this comprehensive account of your very important project.
Thanks for the invitation.
And we can take one question from the audience, and also we can take questions from our online viewers. All right. Currently, there are no questions, so I could use this opportunity to ask you what your message would be to a teacher, for instance, who says that, digging into these results, this information is an additional workload for me. I have been teaching for decades, and I have a lot of experience, and I have my intuition. I understand what is happening, so I don't need to, let's say, waste my time on learning new practices. So what would be your message to this kind of a person?
In fact, it's a common need for the teachers, because it was always the same for the projects when we are applying for the funding, for the implementation, get approval. In this kind of cases, the needs are already defined by the European Commission. In the meantime, it's also a need which was emerged when we are interacting with the teachers. That's a crucial need for them to use new tools that they need in their classes. So it's already a need for the teachers, because it was also the same for me when I was getting my training, not only in the bachelor degree as an electronics teacher. It was also a challenge when I was getting my master degree on education management and inspection. There were no lessons that we received mentioning how to react with the migrated population. It's another kind of content, and also in the meantime an experience that has never been delivered to the teachers. So it's already a need, already named in common by the schools, by the teachers. So they are always enthusiastic to use this kind of new approaches. We are not implementing the social emotional learning approach. We are also using different kinds of, for example, of positive psychology. Nowadays, we are working with the third country nationals in another projects, trying to get them more skilled to be prepared for the labor market, to get them aware of their skills already that they have with the help of the heart. We are implementing some art workshops with them to get them aware of the 21st century skills that they have already stored in their background, to get them aware of this kind of things. But the teachers doesn't know how to discover this kind of skills that they have already have. Because as I said in my speech, the migrated population is also a treasure for the countries hosting. Because as you may have already realized that there are so many migrated population, representatives are very powerful, very successful in different kinds of sectors, in different kinds of business worlds, but it will take a little bit time. We need to explain to the teachers that they are coming slowly with a patient. In the upcoming years, there will be a big opportunity, there will be a big owner of different kinds of initiatives in our country. But the teachers that they are not aware, the migrated population that they are not aware, those kind of initiatives and the tools will help them to be aware of this kind of opportunity for the future. It's not good, the result, to host a big number of population, migrated population in our countries. It would be great if it's possible to solve the problem in the origin, but the result in our hands, so we need to deal with that, with the passion, with the teachers, especially in the classes. If we can manage to convince the teachers for this kind of treasure, the migrated population, they will be motivated to use those tools, how to know, react with the migrated population in this way.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you
it's
as
a
well.
pleasure to listen to you.
My pleasure.
But we shall continue now with our third speaker.